Been way too long, I know. Just doing my rounds, you know. How y'all doing? Hopefully this COVID-19 stuff is not dragging y'all down too bad. A lot of people lost their jobs in my city. It's been a roller coaster at my job with this COVID-19 stuff. But anyways, I want to talk about how sorry, I'm eating sunflower seeds. I'm being rude. I'm sorry. So let's talk about how you need to understand your ego. Let's see. Understanding your ego. Again, your ego is basically an identity that was created for you during your first 12 to 21 years. A lot of it is transpired from your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa. A lot of the energy that they gave you, your schooling, church, the lines that you drew at a young age and that you haven't unraveled yet, all your problems, implications, all of that connected together to make this identity called Peter Samsonite, whatever your name is. Your name is just your name. You know, somebody gave it to you, and with your name comes this ego, this self-identity that you identify yourself with. And in this identity is so many intricate little things that you learned over the years that got you stuck, or that got you going in the direction that you're going, or whatever way you want to look at it. At this point, we're looking at it over the stuff that you can't do at the moment. So what I mean by that is, let's say you said a week ago you're gonna go on a diet, and you're doing good for about 2 or 3 days, and the next thing you know, you deviate from the diet and go back to your eating habits. A lot of that has to do with the inside voices in your head, the subtle thoughts that are in your head that got you, going in the direction that you're going. Because remember, like I said, your results are always gonna be what you're thinking. And it ain't just gonna be the things that you think you're thinking. Like I said before on videos, you have subtle thoughts that are running in the background. And if you are distracted, like everyone else in society, if you're distracted, you're not gonna hear these voices. So when these voices go off and they come with these subtle emotions that build up over time, and the next thing you know, you're back eating pizza and hot dogs and stuff, and you're upset with yourself, you have nobody to blame but you. There's proper ways of releasing paradigms, as I call them. Multitude of habits that are fixed in your subconscious mind. And a lot of it is, like I said, has to do with your ego. So understanding your ego, understand this identity that you've created and people created for you. What makes you mad? What makes you happy? What can you tolerate? What can you think that you tolerate, but you still tolerate when you're in relationships? You got to understand your whole egoic experience. Why is it important to understand your whole egoic experience? Because a lot of it's very unconscious behaviors that are just really tight and need to be unraveled up out of your head through practice, through meditation, through enlightenment, through self-actualization. And a lot of your relationships and your success and your decision-making skills and just anything that you can come up with about you is based off of the thoughts and the beliefs that you have that are tied into your paradigm, which is tied into your ego. Now in enlightenment and self-actualization, the theology is to let go of the ego and come into spirit. And through spirit, you walk. And I think a lot of religions speak of that. Well, I think all of them are really trying to speak of that. We're trying to have a spiritual experience because we are the spirit in the body. We are the spirit that's in the body. You have a body, you have a mind, you have a name. But who are you? You are the spirit of the body. So this egoic experience that we're having on this earth, here in the spirit, here in the body, you got your mind, and your mind has paradigms, and it has habitual behaviors and everything, and they have to be in line with your goals or in line with things that you want to do. If you make a decision now to start a healthy diet or go to the gym or anything that you come up with, your thoughts have to be in harmony with that goal. If they're not in harmony with the goal, you're going to deviate right back. And like I said, it's not just the thoughts that you hear, it's the subtle ones. So you want to get to a position where it's like a ritual that you're let me let this guy go. You want to have it like a ritual that you're meditating and listening to your inner thoughts. All right, try to let him go. He didn't go. You want to make it where you're listening to your inner thoughts. I don't listen to music and stuff in the car no more because I want to make sure what's on my mind. And I take everything seriously because it's there. So, something to think about, If you're so distracted, you always listen to music or that inner feeling, that gut feeling that you don't want to, you be in the car and you're like, oh, turn some music on. It's boring. When you get that boring feeling, that means your spirit is trying to tell you something. It's trying to tell you something and you're ignoring it. And we tend to ignore a lot of our thoughts, and we tend to ignore our intuition. We don't harness our intuition. Our intuition tries to tell us that some of our egoic experiences is not precisely where we need to be. We need to take this seriously. Now, a few steps that we could do to make, to start getting back on track is start to unravel some of your roads in your head. I look at the brain and the neural part of your brain is like, you want to go forward, but you got a whole bunch of highways that you got to go, and by the time you get back to that path, you're tired and you get off of it. You want to erase those roads out of your head and make a narrow path to the goal. The only way to do that is to focus on the goal. Make a ritual every day. Have your affirmations. You want to keep reintroducing the goal to yourself every day like it's brand new and fresh, because you got to remember, how did you learn in school? Through repetition, right? So you want to repeatedly reintroduce the goal to yourself every day, even if it gets tiresome. Keep doing it anyway until something clicks and you're able to do it. Like I said, you could do that through the affirmations of writing down, I am so happy and grateful now, blase, 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 blase. And you can start taking massive action like Tony Robbins talks about. Just go out there, start eating salads, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or whatever your goal is. Just do it. Don't give yourself a time to think, your monkey mind, to think like, ugh, I don't want to do this. And if you hear that voice in you, because after you're done meditating for a couple of months, you'll start hearing your subtle thoughts. And when you hear that subtle thought, I want to eat a cupcake or whatever, reject. You have a powerful brain and you have the reasoning faculty in your mind to reject any idea that comes to your mind, even if you think it's real and then it's not real. You got to stay disciplined on yourself. How do you get disciplined? It's multiple ways of getting disciplined. I think the best way that I've seen so far, that I've people taking a JROTC program or going to the military, which I have my views on that, but the military does teach absolute great discipline. So if you could probably do that at home or do some drills, or exercising is another way of getting some discipline in you. Psyching yourself up to do stuff. Use your brain, or it'll use you. That's just a quick video on the egoic experiences and what you need to do to get past some of the unraveling neurals crap that's in your head. As far as this coronavirus stuff, I think the best thing to do is to get some black seed oil and some oil of oregano and hopefully, you know, just stay clean. And I've seen some of the conspiracy theories on it, and then I've seen some of the, you know, the conscious people talk about it. I've seen some good stuff, and I heard some crazy stuff. But, you know, just keep yourself clean, stay healthy, eat fruits and vegetables, get on a great diet. Tomorrow I'll be doing a video on the type of foods that we need to be eating for now on. Just a quick video because I ain't been on here for a while and I miss you guys. So stay tuned. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.